Hello everybody, welcome to Android Framework Components Tutorials. By the way, I'm Dimple here. In this series of tutorials, we will learn different Android Framework components. Android is a vast subject, so in this series, I'll be mainly concentrating in the framework layer. So this will be a very simple tutorial which deals with all the basics one should know when it comes to the framework layer. So before moving on, we will see what is Android. Android is a mobile operating system based on Linux kernel which is developed on smartphones and tablets. So when it comes to Android, three important keywords to remember is Android is a mobile operating system which is based on Linux kernel or which is developed using Linux kernel and which is used on smartphones and tablets. So, after knowing what is Android, we will move to what is Android architecture. So, this entire slide depicts the Android architecture. This is how the Android workflow will be carried on. On the first layer, the topmost layer, we have applications. So, these involves applications installed on your smartphone. They may be built in or they may be user developed. So the next layer is the application framework layer, and this layer has the responsibility of providing many higher level services to applications in the form of Java classes. So for example, activity manager, package manager, content provider, all these are in the form of Java classes which will provide higher level services to applications. The third layer is the libraries, which is on top of the Linux kernel. So this layer contains set of libraries including open source web browser engine web toolkit, well-known libc library. So libc is nothing but a C library used in Android. SQLite database, which is useful for repository for storage and sharing of application data. Then, in the same layer, there is another part called Android Runtime. So, this Android Runtime is an application runtime environment used by Android operating system. This Android Runtime comprises of core libraries as well as Dalvik virtual machine. Then, the Linux kernel is the basic layer on which the entire OS is built on. So, Linux kernel has the responsibility of providing the core functionalities to the entire architecture. And this Linux kernel interacts with hardware and contains all the hardware drivers. For example, you can see all the drivers here: display driver, camera driver, Bluetooth, flash memory, binder, USB, etc. Now, how communication between these layers is carried on. So, the communication between the application layer and the application framework is carried on with the help of a set of APIs. So these standard APIs help in communication between the application and the application framework layer. Then the communication between the application framework layer and the libraries will happen with the help of this binder, which is an inter-process communication. Then the communication between the libraries and the basic layer, the bottommost layer, Linux kernel, happens through Java native interface. So this is the entire Android architecture. Now, what is this Android framework? So Android framework is nothing but it is a layer which provides many higher level services to the applications in the form of Java classes. So application developers can make use of these services which are provided by Android framework, and they can develop their own applications which will basically help them to develop it quickly and easily. We will learn more about the application framework in the coming up slides. So for now, we will move on to core building blocks of Android. So this is an extra bit of information which I'm providing, which are the core building blocks. So there are four core building blocks: Service Manager, Android Runtime, Zygote, and Dalvik. What is the Service Manager? Service Manager is one of the first services which is started by init. So when Service Manager has started, no other services will be available. Hence, Service Manager has the responsibility to register all other services of the system. Other services of the system include Activity Manager, Package Manager, Power Manager, etc. etc. So if Service Manager itself is not running, the entire framework will not work because no other services will be registered. Next, the next building block is Android Runtime. So this Android Runtime is an application runtime environment used by Android operating system, and it performs the translations of applications bytecode. For example, application is written in Java. So this translation of Java bytecode to native instructions are done by Android Runtime. The next building block is Zygote. So Zygote is started by Activity Manager. As I told previously, Service Manager is the first service to get started. So once Service Manager will get started, Activity Manager will get started. So once this Activity Manager is started, Activity Manager will invoke the Zygote or it will start the Zygote. So once Zygote virtual machine has started, the Zygote class main function is called and it will be preloaded with entire set of Android packages which will be proceeded to start system server. So after Android packages are loaded, system server will be started, and this inside this main function there will be continuous looping which will be looking around and listening for connections from the Activity Manager, asking it to fork and start new Android apps. The next building block is Dalvik. So Dalvik is a virtual machine in Google's Android operating system that executes applications written for Android. So there is a tool called DX which will convert all the Java SE stack machine bytecode to Dalvik register based machine bytecode, which is nothing but the .dex file. So Dalvik will interpret this .dex file. So this was a brief introduction to what is Android, its architecture, framework, as well as some of the core components or building blocks. From next part onwards, we will be concentrating more on the second layer called framework layer. Please stay tuned in. See you in next tutorials. Thank you.